welcome back to Becoming Cactuses.
We missed you guys.
Today we're talking about healthcare. So we know that a lot of the English-speaking community here in Tzfat is with Maccabi, so we're going to start with that. If you're with a different kupah and you'd like to see a video with information about them, let us know in the comments.
Comment below.
We are going to start off talking about if you think you might need to go to the emergency room, right? So if you go to the emergency room and you didn't need to, you get charged for a full price visit, which is around 900 shekels in that neighborhood. So you can, if it is a true emergency, of course, go to the emergency room right away. But if you're kind of on the border or it's like late at night and you're not sure if you can wait to see a doctor the next day, there is a nurse's hotline where you can call and consult with a nurse and determine if you need to go to the hospital that night or if you can wait.
Right.
So first thing you're going to do is call the Maccabi hotline.
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
If you have half an hour, that's about the time you would need to get this the hafnaya. So
right. To get a referral.
To get a referral.
It's not urgent. It's not like if you are actually in an emergency, just go to the emergency room.
And typically, from my past experiences, if you've had an emergency and you make it to the hospital, Maccabi will pay if you go through some procedure, like if you needed stitches or you broke a bone or if you
keep you overnight for observation.
Right. If there's a justified reason for you going to the hospital and you went without the referral, they will still pay. You might have to sign up and write an explanation and one of the forms they give you, but they'll pay for it. So
right. So the first thing is calling the Maccabi hotline, which is *3555. And you might as well just go ahead and push 1 for Hebrew because this service only is in Hebrew. The next selection is 4, which is for medical consultation, then 2 for a non-corona related issue, and then 3 to speak to a nurse. At that point, you'll put in your *zut number, followed by the #, and you'll be transferred to a call screening center. Now, this is where they make sure that you actually need this service before they bug a nurse in the middle of the night. So there, they'll just ask you a couple of questions about your condition, if you're calling for yourself, if you're calling for your child. You cannot call for another adult who's like not there with you on the phone as well. So if you're doing this to help someone else, you'll want to make sure that they're on the phone as well in a conference call because they need to speak to the actual person.
But if it's for your kids, you can do it.
Yes, you can. You'll want to still have your kid there next to you because if they have specific questions about where does it hurt, what does it look like,
right.
Then
and if you have a screaming kid, I've noticed they move things along a little faster.
A bit, yeah.
Crying or screaming kid in the background.
Yeah, you may have to sit on hold for a little bit. That's part of the process. Also, they may try to send you to the urgent treatment center in Chatzor instead. Now, sometimes this is a good option. The wait times there may be shorter. But if you are in some way incapacitated and it's late at night and getting a taxi would be difficult, you don't have a car, whatever, you can kind of, be a little firm and say, well, I live in Tzfat, I'm right near the hospital, can you just send me there instead? And they're often pretty good about that.
And you've had an experience that you've called an emergency on an adult? I've never had such an experience. I've only called for kids, and they always send me to Ziv.
No, my husband had shingles a few weeks ago, and I called up, and they're like, no, we have to talk to him, not you.
Okay.
So
that's good to know.
Yeah, even if it's a family member. So there's another thing you can do with the hotline if you forgot your card.
Right. Let's say you're coming to Maccabi, you were rushing, you didn't notice that it wasn't in your wallet or your purse, and you get to the doctor, it's your turn, and you realize you don't have your card to take out a number in line, or you don't have a card to give your doctor. It's no problem. You call Maccabi, you press 1, you *3555, then you press 1 for Hebrew, and then you quickly press 8. I don't even wait for the lady to start speaking to put in my ID. What she will be saying in Hebrew is put in your *zut, type in your *zut, and then she's gonna restate it. I also don't wait for that. If I know I haven't made a mistake, I just press 1. And then as soon as you hear her speaking again, she's saying that you've confirmed your arrival at the doctor without a card. So then you can go into the doctor and you say, I called the hotline and I'm in the system. So if the doctor says, "Where's your card?" you just have to state that you went through this process by dialing 8 at the call center, and then you don't need to bring the card physically.
You can also use this at the pharmacy if you have a prescription that's on your card and you didn't bring your card with you somehow. So you can go through this same process, and then in the pharmacy they'll look it up for you without having to physically present it.
It's called in Hebrew לפתוח את הכרטיס. לפתוח כרטיס. So if they ask you,
the card.
פתחת את הכרטיס, that's what they're referring to.
So there's another hack we want to share with you. If you have something that's not an emergency, but the nearest appointment for your doctor is a week or two away, and you really need to you don't need to go to the hospital, but you need to be seen in the next day or two. Maybe there's a possible infection, you want to catch things before it gets worse, so you can go to the clinic, go to the office, and just say, I need an appointment right away, and the nearest appointment with my doctor is a week away, for example. Can you just squeeze me into whatever available doctor is here and can see me today? And you're allowed to do that. You don't have to wait a week. Just go to the office and ask them, and they'll put you in and give you a number and make sure that you can get in and see a doctor much sooner. Or also, you might be able to solve the problem by going to the nurse's station as well.
So I've noticed that right outside of the nurse's station, there's that machine where you can see a number. You don't need, like you said, you don't need an appointment to see the nurses, and you can actually press on that without going into the office and waiting for a clerk to give you service. You can just press achayot on that screen, and then you'll get a number, and then you just wait for them.
Yeah, if a nurse could fix the problem instead or address the issue instead, then that's another great way to do it. So another thing we want to share with you is there's a great application for your cell phone,
Right.
and all you need to do is get a username and password there in person at the clinic with a picture ID. You can use this to make appointments, to view your test results, even to send a message to your doctor, renew a prescription. There's so much that you can do without having to actually go in person.
You can also see the results of any lab work you've done. As you can see on the bottom, I have that. It's very, very easy to make an appointment through this app. This also on the app, you can click to get in without your card in case you forgot it as well through the app. That's amazing. Just a lot of amazing things you could do. And I find that their app, Maccabi's app, is one of the easiest to navigate of many other apps I've seen.
So we're going to put a link in the comments to download the app, and also a list of the local clinic phone numbers. So if you need to call directly to the Arlozorof clinic, to City Center, or to Maor Chaim on Tzahal Street, there are direct office lines that you can call and speak to someone in the office there. It's also handy if you do need that more urgent appointment that's for a non-emergency, but you can't wait until your doctor can see you. You can even call the office and ask them, when's the next time you can get me in for an appointment, today or tomorrow? And they can tell you over the phone, and that way you can eliminate any unnecessary arrivals or exits from your house. So.
Okay, we hope we answered all your questions, or most concerning questions regarding Maccabi. If you have any other questions regarding Maccabi, we'd love to answer them. And if you're with any other kupah and you want to know how to navigate the system, let us know.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Bye.